12 years after the execution of the pirate king Gold. Roger, we find ourselves in the small village of Fusha, home to the marine hero Garp the Fist or Vice Admiral Monkey D. Garp, an unknown to all revolutionary dragon. In the bar. "Oh, what are you doing, Luffy, Naruto?" a red-haired man asked the children with a grin on his tanned face. His hair slicked back, his calm black eyes looked at the children fondly. Over his shoulder is a black cloak and on his head is a straw hat with a red ribbon in the middle. He wore slightly loose brown trouser cut below the knee and collected halfway up the shin, with golden buttons down the outer leg and a loose buttoned-up white shirt. On his waist is his saber. He is the captain of the red-haired pirates, red-haired Shanks. The two children looked at him with a defiant expression. The first boy has messy black hair, innocent black eyes, tan skin. He wears a white shirt with the word anchor on it, blue shorts and brown sandals. The other boy is also tan skin and wild blonde hair, his eyes a beautiful sky blue, on his cheek are faint whisker marks. He wears a black shirt and black shorts with black sandals. Unlike the other boy, this one's eyes held some sort of intelligence, though he did his best to hide it from others. These two are brothers, Monkey D. Luffy and Hawk D. Naruto. Luffy grabbed the knife in his hand. "I'm not joking this time. I'll prove it for all to see," Luffy roared. The pirates watched with amused expression, which turned to horror when Luffy stabbed himself under the eye. "Baka! You were serious!" Naruto's jaw dropped. "Baka! What the hell are you doing?" Shanks roared with wide eyes. Makino, a young woman with black hair that goes up to just above her shoulders. She wears a yellow kerchief, an orange blouse with black sleeves and a long light blue skirt, and orange sneakers with white soles sighed as she patched the boy up. "Honestly, Luffy, you need to think before you act," she sighed. "Let's drink and celebrate. To Luffy's craziness and our greatness." "Da-ha-ha-ha!" Shanks laughed. "Ga-ha-ha! Drink! Drink!" shouted one of Shanks' subordinates. "Sake! Sake! Bring out some more sake!" shouted another. "I didn't hurt one bit," Luffy grinned. "Liar, don't do something so stupid," Shanks shouted. "I'm not afraid of pain at all. Next time bring me out to sea. I want to be a pirate too," Luffy shouted. "Yeah, I want to come as well," Naruto shouted with a grin. "You brats can't handle being a pirate. Not being able to swim is a pirate's biggest weakness." Shanks grinned. "If we stay aboard it should be fine," Naruto roared. "I've rigorously trained before. My punch is as strong as pistol," Luffy declared as he held his fist out. Naruto gave him a deadpan gaze. "A pistol, really?" Shanks asked in a bored tone. "What kind of tone is that?" Luffy roared with a glare. "Nothing is better than being a pirate." "Bah!" laughed Lucky Roo. "Please Google his clothes if you are interested." "Don't give them ideas, guys," Shanks said. "But it's the truth, right?" Lucky asked. "Captain, why don't you take them with us one time?" asked Yasop. "Please Google his clothes if you are interested." "Yeah." Naruto and Luffy cheered. "Fine, they can take one of your places then," told Shanks. "Sorry, guys." Lucky laughed as he drank his sake. "What the hell?" Naruto roared. "The most important thing is both of you are too young. Wait for another 10 years. Shanks told them with a small smile. "Stop underestimating us," they roared. "Don't be mad, have some milk," he said as he handed them both a glass of milk, which they drank happily. "Pirates don't drink milk." "Da-ha-ha!" Shanks laughed. "Ah! What a dirty trick!" Naruto shouted. "Tch, I even cut myself and still he won't take me," Luffy grumbled. "Luffy, Naruto, you both should understand Captain's feeling," Ben Beckham said with a small smile. "Shanks felling," Luffy muttered. "Yes. He is our leader, after all. He knows that being a pirate is fun and all, but he also knows it is very dangerous and hard life," Ben told them. "Do you understand? He doesn't purposely tease your ambition of being a pirate." When Luffy and Naruto were about to nod in understanding, they heard Shanks laugh. "Da-ha-ha-ha. Can't swim. See." They pointed. Would you boys like to eat something to eat? Makino smiled. Okay. Just put it on our treasure tabs. Naruto grinned. What treasure? You are lying again. Shanks said calmly. No, we will definitely become pirates. We will pay her back when we get treasure. Naruto declared. I'll be waiting. Makino giggled. Shanks, how long are you going to stay? Luffy asked as he ate. Well, it's been almost a year now. I plan to set sail a couple more times before heading north. Shanks told him. We'll learn to swim by then. Naruto told him. Good luck. Shanks grinned. It's all same as in the anime with Aguma until the point where Luffy eats the devil fruit and Shanks stopped him. Only here he stops both of them. Don't leave, Naruto, Luffy. Shanks sighed. When he grabbed their arms, his eyes widened. Luffy's arm completely stretched, however his eyes widened when Naruto's arm turned into black flames. Huh! Both boys muttered. Ah! What the hell? Shanks shouted. No way, said Lucky. Quickly drawing something, he showed two strange fruits to the children. Luffy, Naruto, did you eat these fruits? Lucky demanded. Both nodded calmly. Wasn't nice, you wouldn't like it. Naruto said calmly. Baka. You ate the Gomu Gomu no Mi and the Haru Haru no Mi. They are the devil fruits of the sea. Whoever eats them will become a human made of rubber and hellfire. The drawback is to lose the ability to swim. Shanks shouted at them. Way out? Shouted Luffy. Naruto, while surprised, was in awe of the power he just got and due to being intelligent couldn't help but awe at the potential of the devil fruit. A few days later, after the incident with Aguma, the Sea King, and Shanks, we now see both the boys at the port watching as Shanks left with his crew. Both Luffy and Naruto now supported a straw hat and a black cloak given to them by Shanks respectively, with the promise of getting stronger than him. As he was leaving, Shanks looked into the sky. The sons of Monkey D. Dragon, they will turn this world upside down, don't you think, Roger Sancho? Not even realizing what he had unleashed on the world. On the port, both the boys were watching Shanks leave, only thinking about what Shanks had said to Higuma during their little fight. You can throw food at me, spill sake on me, or even spit on me, I can laugh at it, but I don't care what reasons you have, I won't forgive anyone that harms my friend. Both vowing to follow the code and protect what they deem precious with their lives. 10 years later, if one were to look into the horizon, we could see a small raft swaying into the ocean and from the looks of it to an unknown destination. Sleeping in it was a young man who looked about 18 years old. He is very lean and muscular, his skin is tanned, he has wild blonde hair that falls past his shoulders, clam sky blue eyes, on his face are faint whisker marks that along with his wild hair gave him a very feral look. He wears an open black vest revealing his muscled chest. Over his shoulders he wore a black cloak. He also wears navy blue shorts that reached his knees. On his feet he wore black sandals. Also on his waist is a small pouch to carry things in. This man was none other than Hawk D, Naruto. In the past 10 years he has done nothing but train in not only his devil fruits but some other things such as weaponry and hand-to-hand combat, with the mindset being that he always can't rely on his devil fruit powers. Another thing he realized was that he can control the intensity of his flames, changing their color, and also unlock some new forms which he named after reading different book. He of course didn't tell Luffy, not wanting his baby brother to step out of his naivety and destroy his innocence. Just wanting his baby brother to enjoying his childhood. He also told Luffy to keep his devil fruit being a Logia a secret, with the thought that it might come handy later on. Luffy agreed almost instantly. Now it's been 2 months when he left his home on his great adventure to become the Pirate King, and he has yet to find someone for his crew. In the past 2 months he has fought many small-timer pirates, some of whom were devil fruit users, though he thinks they were not worthy for them and killed them instantly. During his little skirmish with other devil fruit users he found a very dangerous fact about his devil fruit, that being that his black flames were able to nullify other devil fruit powers. Anyone who bathed in those flames lost their powers for a little amount of time. He of course killed them so as to keep the fact a secret. Now we find him heading towards the Uchiha Island, where he had heard resides a powerful monster said to have the power over illusions and is said to be able to fight back all the pirates that go towards the place. Some miles away on the Uchiha Island near the coast, a young man sat meditating. Suddenly he snapped open his eyes, and if one were to look carefully we could see a bead of sweat trailing down his face. This was Uchiha Itachi, the heir of the Uchiha clan that ruled the island. Itachi had onyx eyes under which were long, pronounced tear troughs. He had jet black hair that was pulled back in a low ponytail, and his face was framed with center-parted bangs that extended to his chin. The ponytail and bangs grew longer over the years. His clothes consisted of a black shirt with the Uchiha clan symbol on the back, bandages around his ankles, and black sandals. He wore tan pants with a weapons pouch strapped to his back. Someone's coming and he is strong, I can feel it. Maybe I can finally test myself, he thought as he stood up and walked towards the sea to greet the powerful stranger. As he reached there he saw a young man with blonde hair and whisker marks walking towards him. Do you know where I can find this illusion monster? I heard he is on this island, Naruto asked. Oh, and do you want with this monster? He killed everyone who dare go near him, Itachi said with a raised eyebrow. I want to fight him, and if he is strong I will make him join my crew. Now tell me if you know about him, Naruto said with a confident grin. Is that so? Well then you are looking at him. Now we shall introduce ourselves, shall we? My name is Uchiha Itachi, and you are? Itachi trailed off. I am Hawk D, Naruto, and your future Captain Itachi. Enough of this, get ready, no, here I come, Naruto said as he ignited his hands and made a sword out of it. Itachi seeing this raised an eyebrow. A devil fruit? Itachi asked. Yeah, I ate the Haruharu no Mi. Normally I won't use it this early, but I have a feeling that I might need it here. You are strong, Naruto said calmly. Itachi closed his eyes at this. Very well then, if that's the case, then I might show you my real power, Itachi said respectfully as he slowly opened his eyes. His eyes were now red with black pupil and 3 black commas circling it. Seeing Naruto raise an eyebrow, Itachi explained. I too ate a devil fruit, the Tomio no Mi. Accepting the answer, Naruto suddenly leapt forward and swung his sword at Itachi. Hano no Ken, Naruto shouted. Itachi dodged it easily. This continued a few more times before Naruto thought of changing his technique, but suddenly found himself unable to move. Looking around he saw that he was stuck in tree. Megan, Jibaku Satsu. He heard Itachi's voice but couldn't find him anywhere. Itachi suddenly grew above him out of the tree, about to slit his throat. Thinking quickly, he used his Logia powers to escape, and burn Itachi, who too quickly withdrew and escaped. A Logia? It just got more. But before he could have thought more, a yell distracted him. Inshin no Yarinden. When he looked up, his blood froze at the sight in front him. Coming towards him from the sky was a sea of black fire arrows, and above them was Naruto with 2 black wings coming out of his back. Looking closely, he saw that they were made of fire. Seeing as he could do nothing but dodge, he strained his eyes and started dodging. After a few minutes, when all that disappeared, he was surrounded with nothing but black flames. Although he dodged almost all the arrows, some still grazed him, and just that hurt like hell. Naruto, thinking he had won, slowly began to descend when suddenly Itachi disappeared in a flock of crows. Kokwanjo no Jutsu! Itachi exclaimed, and this time Naruto found himself surrounded by nothing but darkness. He could hear nothing, see nothing, or feel anything. Thinking how he was able to come out last time, he began to raise his power, and with a loud yell of Inshin Burasto, released a powerful wave of flames in all sides, dispelling the illusion. Though by now even he was starting to pant a little. When he looked forward, he saw Itachi was on the ground, his breathing hard. This fight of ours must have been noticed by the others of my clan. How about we finish this with a last attack? Itachi said between his breaths. Very well, Itachi. Those illusions of his are powerful and create enough opening for him to attack me. Looks like I have to use it after all, Naruto thought as he prepared last attack. Suddenly he heard the voice of birds chirping, and looking forward he saw Itachi running towards him with a greater speed than before. Though what shocked him was the spear of lightning in his hand that was making the sound. What the? Naruto was interrupted by his thoughts when Itachi rammed the spear in his chest with a yell of Raikiri. Naruto quickly let the attack pass his body and thrust his hand towards Itachi's chest and shouted, "Hell's punishment!" with his hands glowing black with his flames. When he touched Itachi, there was a loud explosion and Itachi was tossed around like a rag doll, his eyes wide with what he felt. Near him was a kunai knife, which was what he actually used to hit Naruto, lying in the ground. He slowly sat down and was about to ask Naruto about the feeling when he saw his whole clan coming towards the two, his eyes instantly filled with a controlled rage. The Uchiha clan in a group walked towards the battlefield, the group led by the clan head Uchiha Fugaku and his son Uchiha Sasuke. Their appearance is same as in the canon, and Sasuke is wearing his post-time skip clothes. They saw that his place was destroyed, and the only one present were Itachi and some stranger. "What the hell is going on here? Who dared destroy the sacred Uchiha land?" Fugaku said, and was about to attack the stranger when Itachi blocked his way. "This is none of your concern, father. The fight is over. Besides, I can't let you attack my captain now, can I?" Itachi said with a stoic expression, though you could see a small grin on his face. This shocked everyone present there besides Naruto, who saw all this with a giant smile. "Captain, what is the meaning of this, Itachi?" roared both Fugaku and Sasuke. "You are not going anywhere in Isan," Sasuke added. "Just as it seems, father, I have decided to join Naruto's pirate crew here. No longer I will be used by you to show the superiority of this foolishly weak clan. Now if you will excuse me, I have some work to do," Itachi said calmly and began to walk away. Though just as he was about to go, Sasuke attacked him with a sword in his hand. "Foolish little brother." Itachi sighed as he dodged and backhanded Sasuke, causing the blade to slip out of his hands. Itachi caught the blade and said, "Magen, Narakumi no Jutsu." Suddenly Sasuke fell down and started screaming in fright, and Itachi used the blade to behead him. Everyone was silent with what just happened right now. Fugaku was the first one to come out of shock and asked, "Why did he scream, Itachi?" Anger clearly evident in his voice. "I just showed him the future, nothing else," Itachi said. But before anyone could ask anything else, Naruto shouted, "You can see future, so cool," with stars in his eyes. Ignoring the boy, Fugaku said, "What did you show him?" "Your death along with everyone present here. That will be the end of Uchiha clan," Itachi, still stoic, said. Fugaku, no longer able to contain his anger, charged along with everyone with the clear intent of killing Itachi, though their way was suddenly blocked by a black firewall. Everyone turned towards the direction where it came from and saw Naruto with his hands raised up. "Hey Itachi, you already look tired and there are a lot of them, so you don't mind me taking them, do you?" Naruto asked with excitement. "Very well, Captain, as you wish," replied Itachi. No one was able to say anything before Naruto flew into the air with his black wings and attacked with a Inshin no Yurinden, but on an even larger scale. Everyone and everything was turned to ash besides Itachi. "Now with that taken care of, let's get going, shall we?" Naruto said as he came down. 3 days later, during the days, with Itachi still recovering from the fight and the civilians and some Uchiha women celebrating, with Itachi's mother being one of them, Naruto learned that the Uchiha men were tyrants, suppressing and ruling the people with iron fists. Those who opposed were killed as an example. So they were happy with their deaths. Itachi also told Naruto about the Suna Island, where he had heard his father talking with someone about a man said to be able to control the deserts themselves, though it was said that he was insane and killed everyone that dare attack him without mercy. Naruto, hearing this, started grinning like an idiot and told him that is where they are going to go next then. But that idea was dropped when Mikoto, Itachi's mother, started yelling at them. Something about Itachi being injured and needing some more days to get going. "Captain, why don't you go there alone then? We could meet up the Konomi Island. It will come on the way to the Log town too," Itachi said. Naruto reluctantly agreed before he started preparing to leave. Now we find Naruto in a small dinghy along with some food, ready to leave and find his new crewmate. On a small dinghy on the same vast ocean was a blonde man sleeping peacefully. It has been a day since he left the Uchiha Island towards the Suna Island. Suddenly he woke up from his nap and looked in a particular direction. He had a smirk on his face as he watched a cyclone heading towards him and his small dinghy. "Damn it, it was promising to be such a peaceful day, as well," Naruto sighed as the cyclone swallowed him and his dinghy up. Suna Island in East Blue Hawk D. Naruto's eyes snapped open to serious and grave voices outside his room. Looking around, he noticed he was in a small room. Getting up, noticing he still had all his things. He decided it would be fine to look around. Opening the door to the small room, he noticed two people looking at him. They were men. The first is a man with auburn hair, dark eyes, and with a stern look on his face. He wore a simple black jacket and pants with mesh armor underneath. He carried a small canister strapped to his hip. The other was a very tall man. He has two distinctive, red markings on the right side of his face, the only visible part of his head, with the rest being covered by his turban-like headgear and by a sheet hanging from it on the left side of his face. They both had stern looks on their faces. "It seems you are awake, young man. Exactly who are you and where did you come from?" the first man asked. Naruto gave him a cheeky grin that just pissed the two men off. "It is only common courtesy to give your name out before asking it of others," Naruto chirped. The man narrowed his eyes but nodded curtly. "Very well, I am the leader of the Suna Island. My name is Sabaka Saiko." He pointed at the man with the red markings on his face. "This is my strongest subordinate, Baki." Baki waved his hand. "Suna Island, huh?" Naruto bowed with a hidden smirk. "Nice to meet you, Baka." Both men looked at him with unamused looks on their face. "Huh? Is something wrong, Baka?" Naruto asked. Baki had trouble calming himself. "Boy, you best know your place. I will not have some child disrespect me." Baki narrowed his eyes. Naruto merely gave the man a dangerous grin as he placed his hand on the front door of the house. "Shishishishi. Is that so? I know my place, but do you know yours? I wonder." Naruto trailed off as he opened the door and walked out. Saiko narrowed his eyes. "That man is dangerous," he said quietly. He looks just like a boy to me." Baki scoffed at any thought that man could be dangerous or threatening. "You will do well not to underestimate anyone, Baki." Baki bowed to his leader. "Hi, I understand, Saiko-sama." Saiko narrowed his eyes at the closed door. XXX with Naruto. XXX Naruto raised an eyebrow as he looked around. Everyone in the island looked very down and isolated, and fear present on their faces. Naruto shrugged as he calmly walked down the road with his hands in his pockets, his body slouched, showing his boredom. "Go away, demon! You don't belong here. I wish your father would just kill you!" sneered an elderly man. Naruto raised an eyebrow to see a group of men around the age of 40 glaring and snarling at a red-haired boy his age. The red-haired boy looked at the men with cold, emotionless green eyes. "Shut up, or I'll kill you!" the boy hissed. The boy has pale skin, short red hair, green eyes, a long-sleeved red shirt, black pants and black sandals. Naruto smirked as he watched one of the men attack the boy and get quickly silenced by a punch to the stomach by the guy. A glint of interest was seen in his eyes as he saw the immense bloodlust shown in his eyes, the same bloodlust he always hid from his brother. "You will die, you disgusting devil fruit freak!" one man roared. Sand began to surround the boy before it engulfed the man's body. The boy closed his fist. "Sabaka so-so," the boy said quietly, and completely crushed the man, killing him. The other men ran away in fear, screaming, "Weaklings! They did not allow me to prove my existence," Sabakugara said quietly. He heard the sound of clapping behind him. He turned around to see Naruto clapping with a smirk on his face. "That was interesting," Naruto complimented. Gaara looked at him with no emotion. "Who are you? Did my weak father send you to kill me?" Gaara asked coldly. Naruto shook his head. "Why would your father want to send someone to kill you?" he asked. "In my possession is one of the most fearsome devil fruits. I ate the Oni no Mi, model Ichibi. It is a monster that has terrorized the people of the sand for centuries. For this reason I am despised. However, my father has seen me as someone that will threaten his rule. He wants me dead," Gaara explained. Naruto nodded. "Is that so? Your father wouldn't happen to be that annoying old man, Saiko?" Naruto wondered. Gaara nodded with a surprised look on his face. "He is," he said shortly. Naruto gave a dark grin. Gaara, I want to ask you a question. What is it that allows you to know that you exist within this world? Naruto asked. Gaara looked at Naruto with his eyes that showed no emotion. Gaara turned around to the village and glared at it coldly. To them, I'm simply an object from the past that they wish would disappear. Then why do I exist? Why am I alive? When I thought about this, I could find no answer. But as you live, you need a reason, otherwise it's the same as being dead. I then came to this conclusion: I exist to kill every human besides myself. Fighting only for yourself, living while only loving yourself. As long as there are people in this world for me to kill and continue to feel that joy of living, my existence shall never vanish. Gaara explained with a crazed grin. Naruto nodded before a cheeky grin made way onto his face. That's stupid. Gaara narrowed his eyes. Loving only yourself? Trusting only yourself? Fighting only for yourself? That is such an empty existence. In this world you must find comrades that you connect with, you fight for them, you trust them, you love them. Do you want me to prove this, Gaara? Naruto's grin turned dark. Very well. I shall listen. Gaara gained an excited grin as he noticed Naruto's grin turned even more bloodthirsty and dark. Fight me. The battle to the death. If I win, you must accept my mark and fight under my banner and accept I was correct. If you win, well, I die, don't I? Naruto asked with a grin. Your banner. Gaara raised an eyebrow. Yes. I am the man who shall become the Pirate King, Naruto said calmly. Gaara just grinned at him. I see, you are a pirate then. Very well, I agree. We will battle. Should you win, I shall help you on your quest and I will accept you were correct. However, should you win, I have a favor, Gaara said. Naruto smirked. Tell me it after I crush you. Gaara merely grinned as he nodded and sand began to spin wildly around him. Naruto clenched his fist and black flames surrounded his body. You too have eaten a devil fruit, Gaara realized. Yes. I ate the Haruharu no Mi. I am able to generate, control and become the very flames of hell. Gaara merely grinned. Naruto smirked when he realized Gaara put a sand coffin around him and was about to crush him. He closed his eyes. Inshin. Naruto began as black flames began to surround him. Shohiki. A round barrier of black flames surrounded his body and completely destroyed the sand, freeing him. Gaara smirked in excitement. You will prove my existence! Gaara watched as Gaara's right arm took the form of Ichibi. Naruto had to use his flames to jump up and dodge the slamming of Gaara's fist onto the ground. Naruto appeared on Gaara's side and put his right palm on the demonic arm. Inshin. Flames began to gather in his palm. Burasuto! A blast of black flames smashed against Gaara's arm and made Gaara's roll around in agony until he had to dispel the arm so the fire could disappear. Gaara still wore a bloodthirsty grin. You are powerful! I will spill a river of your blood! Gaara roared as he created a giant fist made out of sand. Kaijin! Gaara muttered as the fist began to descend. Sunanoken! The fist crashed down into Naruto. Gaara grinned in satisfaction knowing he killed the man. However, his eyes widened when he saw Naruto standing there completely unharmed, a barrier of flames around his body. Gaara growled as his eyes widened in rage. Tanuki Nairi! Naruto smirked when he saw Gaara go to sleep. It was just as he thought. He watched as Gaara completely turned into the Ichibi. I was right then, that devil fruit has a consciousness, Naruto muttered. He watched as a pure insane gleam entered Ichibi's eyes and it grinned crazily. I'm finally free! Now I can kill you, brat! Ichibi roared as he glared down at Naruto, who was standing there with a calm expression on his face. What the hell is going on here? Naruto turned to see Saiko standing there with a furious expression on his face. Fuck off! I'm going to kill this fucker! He somehow defeated my damn container, now I'll kill him! Ichibi roared as he brought his right fist down. Naruto easily dodged it by jumping back slightly. A certain blonde-haired girl's eyes were wide. He defeated Gaara? Naruto smirked as black flames engulfed his fist, and he smashed his fist against the giant fist of sand heading towards him and completely crushing the sand. Ichibi roared as it began to shoot spikes of hardened sand from its mouth and hands. Naruto held out his hand. Flames began to gather within his palm. Releasing the flame and deflecting the sand spikes, Naruto appeared before its head and smashed his fist against the demon's head and smashed him into a nearby rock. This boy is fighting Ichibi, evenly. Baki muttered with a look of fear on his face. As I thought, he is dangerous. Saiko narrowed his eyes. I'll kill you, fucking asshole! Ichibi roared with a look of rage on his face as he brought his two hands together. Naruto smirked darkly. So you wish to end this in one shot? Naruto muttered. He opened his mouth and black flames began to gather within his mouth. Inshin. Naruto muttered as the flames grew even more. Naruto watched as the sand in Ichibi's hand became a large ball with spikes all around it. Suna. Ichibi muttered the name of its attack. Donaru/Bakuhatsu. Both fighters roared. Black flames erupted from Naruto's mouth and headed towards Ichibi, and Ichibi's sand attack headed towards Naruto. When the two attacks collided, the result was a large explosion. Naruto, using the opportunity of a distraction, appeared before Gaara, who was knocked out on Ichibi's head. Wake the hell up! Naruto roared as he gave a strong punch to the face. It was so hard that it woke him up. Ichibi's eyes widened in rage. Nuh! I just got out. I will get you for this, you fucker! Ichibi roared as it completely disappeared. Gaara, laying on the floor, looked at Naruto with wide eyes. You really defeated me. Gaara whispered. Naruto grinned. Of course. It's because I protect my precious people. Do you understand now, Gaara? He asked. Gaara actually smiled, not a sadistic smile that he used when he killed, but a genuine small smile. I see. I think I understand now. He looked at Naruto, not knowing his name. I am known by the name Hawk D, Naruto. But you can just call me Captain. Shishishi. Naruto laughed. Gaara smiled. What are you speaking about? Why exactly did you two fight? Saiko asked them with a glare. Naruto gave the man a disgusted sneer. To put Gaara on the right path and for him to be able to join my crew. I'm a pirate, you see. Naruto grinned. Saiko sneered. You will not take my weapon! He sneered. His eyes widened when he was slapped across the face. He looked at his daughter. Sabaka Temari growled. He is not a weapon. He is my precious little brother. I've had enough of your bullshit. She growled. Before Saiko could strike her, Naruto appeared and grabbed his throat. He looked down to see Naruto glaring at him coldly. To strike a woman, your daughter, by what I see, what a despicable man you are. Naruto sneered. Baki! Help! Baki did not even glance at him. For years you have been a tyrant of this island. I will no longer serve a man like you. Baki muttered. Naruto grinned darkly and turned to Gaara and Temari. Can I kill him? Both nodded while they watched with intent. Naruto made black flame cover his right hand before he shoved in the man's chest, burning his insides. Saiko spat out blood with his eyes wide. No. I was supposed to rule forever. I wasn't supposed to lose my life to some child. The man croaked out as blood slid down his mouth. Naruto coldly ripped his hand out and threw the man to the floor. He looked down with no emotion at the fool before him. You are a disgusting man. You use your son as a mere weapon, never caring about his feelings. A weakling like you doesn't deserve the title of a father. You are scum! Naruto roared. He watched as the life left Saiko's eyes. Naruto turned around and walked towards Gaara and Temari. He smiled at them. It's over, from now on, you two are a member of my crew, my nakama. Naruto grinned. Gaara and Temari looked confused. I thought you only wanted Gaara? Temari asked. That's true, but when I saw you defend Gaara like that, I just had to have you join. Plus me and Gaara are going to need help in navigation, right? You seem like someone who could do that. Temari smiled. Well, I once did have a dream that I would create a map for the whole world. Perhaps I can fulfill it with you. Naruto smirked. Exactly, what about you, Gaara? What's your dream? Naruto asked. I want my existence to mean something to people. Though I also have an interest in history. Naruto and Temari smiled at him and placed a hand on his shoulders. Your existence does mean something. Since I already have a first mate, you are going to be my crew's archaeologist. The man who will have the answers of the unknowns around the world. Remember that. Naruto grinned. Gaara put his head in his hands as he sobbed silently in relief. Thank you so much, Captain. Gaara thanked. Temari kissed Naruto on the cheek. He raised an eyebrow. She blushed. It is a thank you for helping both me and Gaara, Captain, she whispered. Naruto nodded as he stood up and stared at Baki. Will you stop me? Naruto asked quietly. Baki shook his head. No, I see this is what they truly want. I am thankful for you helping Gaara with his issues. You are always welcome here. Naruto nodded with a grin. I see. Do you have a ship that we can take, Baki-san? Naruto asked. Baki nodded as he pointed towards a very big ship about the size of an average marine ship. It is colored black and red. The sails and flag are completely black and blank. That horrible man, Psycho, made us kill a pirate crew. He made us confiscate this. The least I can do is give it to you. Naruto smiled. I thank you for this. Baki waved his hand. It's fine. Baki smiled. You ready to leave, Temari Gaara? Naruto grinned. Hi, Captain. Temari saluted with a small smile. Gaara merely said it in monotone with his emotionless eyes looking into his captain's. Naruto grinned as he jumped into the ship. Gaara and Temari followed him. It was nice to meet you, Baki-san. Naruto waved. Later, Baki-sensei. Temari chirped as she waved. Gaara, however, just nodded at the man. Baki nodded back with a small smile. Naruto grinned. Pull the anchor. Set sail. Naruto roared. Naruto grinned once again. It was time to move forward for his adventure. He would so become the Pirate King. Over the horizon, a ship could be seen. If one were to look, the ship was completely black and red, with black sails that were right now blank. Captain, I was thinking we should create our Jolly Roger. Temari commented as she stood aside Naruto watching the peaceful ocean. Naruto nodded with a small smile. That's a good idea. Naruto commented. Before that, do you have a name for this crew? She wondered. Naruto grinned. The Hawk Pirates. He ate simply. Temari nodded. Makes sense, it is your last name. Sounds kind of cool too. I will make a Jolly Roger according to that. So she began to draw and paint on the flag. Here you are, Captain. Temari gave him the flag. Naruto grinned when he saw it. It was the normal skull like on any Jolly Roger. Behind the skull were two brown wings of a hawk. It is good, put that up and draw them on the sails as well. Temari nodded as she went to do that. Now that we are finished with this, I think it's time to name the ship as well. After all, it also is our nakama that will take all throughout the Grand Line. Naruto stated. Do you have something in mind? Temari asked. This ship is gonna be called the Black Sun. The ship that's mere presence would be enough to make the enemies give up themselves. Naruto stated proudly. Now that's a brilliant name. The Black Sun, huh? Temari said satisfied. Is there something wrong, Gaara? Naruto asked. Where are we going? Gaara asked, who was impatiently tapping his foot. They hadn't had anything good to eat since they left Sand Island. Naruto smiled in amusement. We will go to the floating restaurant Baratai. We need a cook to survive, after all. Naruto explained. Gaara nodded. That is a good idea. They heard Temari chirp, who had finished doing the drawings. Naruto smiled at her. Before we go anywhere, I want to tell you a few things about me. Naruto explained. Both listened intently. I have a lot of secrets, not because I want to but because if they weren't I would die. For once, my parents are very dangerous people. Until I know I can fully trust everyone, I can't tell you that, okay? Gaara and Temari nodded, understanding the importance of some secrets. Another thing is, it is true I wish to become the king of pirates. But I also wish to utterly crush the world government along the way. They are corrupt and foolish. Both looked surprised. I understand, Captain, Gaara said immediately. Naruto smiled at his first mate. Also, I've a brother and I worry about the little brat, so if you ever meet him and he is in danger, protect him for me, any? Naruto grinned. Both nodded with small smiles. What's his name? Gaara asked. Monkey D. Luffy, we are twins, but he is so innocent and childish I feel like a big brother. We obviously have different names to protect us from our parents' enemies. Naruto told them. Both nodded. One last thing, keep the fact about my Logia fruit a secret. It would be good to have an advantage over the enemy if just for their surprise. Naruto told them. Understood, Captain. They stated. Captain? We are arriving towards Baratai. We will arrive in about 15 to 20 minutes. Temari called out. Naruto grinned. Now! Let's get us a cook! Naruto roared. Baratai, a man served another customer. He had shoulder-length dark brown hair tied in a spiky ponytail, narrow brown eyes. Initially he wore a simple pair of silver hoop earrings. He is a chef at Baratai. Naruto Shikamaru is his name. He walked towards his boss/caretaker. An elderly-looking man who still retains his blonde-colored hair, which he keeps underneath his extra-long chef's hat. His mustache that is considerably long, and he has a beard. He wears his chef's uniform, with a blue ascot and white apron. Also, since he lost his right leg, he has a peg leg. And he seems to have no trouble walking with it. He is the owner of the floating restaurant, Baratai. Owner Zeph. So, Sanji left to become a pirate and find all blue, eh? Shikamaru asked his boss. Zeph nodded with a small smile. Yeah, that shitty brat. You and him are one and the same. You brats think you have some sort of duty to stay here. Zeph grumbled. Shikamaru smirked. You saved us both on that day. It's only natural we would be grateful. Shikamaru told him with his stance still lazy. Zeph raised an eyebrow when the door to Baratai slammed open and revealed three people, a grinning blonde man, a smiling blonde-haired woman and stoic red-haired man. Yo! Do you have any food for me? Naruto said with an eager expression on his face. Zeph walked up to the young man and looked at him seriously. Who are you, boy? Naruto raised an eyebrow at the man. Me? I'm the future Pirate King, he said as if it was a fact. Zeph narrowed his eyes at the boy before him. What are the chances? Two men such as he and Luffy in this week's sea. Zeph thought. What is your name, kid? He asked. Naruto grinned widely. Hawk D, Naruto. Nice to meet ya, Asen. Naruto held out his hand. Zeph shook his hand as he tried to calm the shock of hearing the D. I see, do you know a man named Monkey D, Luffy? He asked. Happiness entered Naruto's face. Asen, you know my brother? Naruto asked. Zeph nodded. I had an itch you two were related. He came by early and recruited one of my chefs as his chef. Naruto narrowed his eyes. That baka! He already has a cook. I'll be the Pirate King. Not you, Luffy, Naruto declared as a grin curved onto his lips. Zeph chuckled. I apologize for my captain, he really is obsessed. Temari smiled calmly. Shikamaru gained a glint of interest as he looked at her. That brother of his is the same, really, Zeph muttered. Temari, Gaara and Zeph raised an eyebrow when Naruto narrowed his eyes at Shikamaru, who was fidgeting. Zeph inwardly chuckled. You're a cook, right? Naruto asked. Yeah, even though it's troublesome, Shikamaru said calmly. Naruto gave the man an intense grin. You will be the cook of my crew. Naruto stated it as if it was a fact. Shikamaru raised an eyebrow. Even though it's troublesome, I have a duty to stay here. I can't become a pirate with you, Shikamaru told him calmly. Naruto's grin widened. I refuse your refusal, you will be my cook, Naruto said simply. Eh? You can't do that, Shikamaru shouted uncharacteristically. I feel like we were destined to meet, Shikamaru, Naruto declared. Shikamaru raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? Zeph watched this interaction with wide eyes. You and me. Join my crew. Let's turn this world upside down. Shishishishi. Naruto laughed with his grin still in place. Just like Roger was. Zeph thought. Sorry, I can't. I have a duty, Shikamaru told him once again. That's too bad. You look like someone with a dream, someone who would do anything for it, Maybe you're just an average guy. If you're average, you have no place on my crew anyway. Shishishi, Naruto declared. Shikamaru watched Naruto walk towards a table and take a seat. Food! 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 Naruto chanted. Shikamaru went to the kitchen. Zeph watched this with a smirk. Yes, exactly like Roger, knowing exactly where to push people's buttons. Two people that resemble that man, how interesting the grand line will be. I'm sorry about Captain, but he just speaks his mind, Gaara said politely. Zeph waved him off as he went to prepare food. However, before he could enter the kitchen, he heard a familiar, arrogant voice. Standing at the door was a tall, muscular man, with short-cut gray hair and long sideburns. He was none other than the captain of the Krieg pirates, Don Krieg, and aside him was his right-hand man, Jin. These were men defeated by Luffy. What are you two doing here? Demanded Zeph. Jin gave him a pathetic look of apology. I am sorry, Don Krieg would not do anything but want to come here and destroy it. I am too weak to stop him. He is still my captain, Jin said. Zeph sighed. I will crush this stupid place to show you that I am the strongest in East Blue, Don roared. Naruto narrowed his eyes but did not move from his spot. Men! Crush these fools! Don roared as he looked at the fighting cooks. Patty, a cook of Bartai, growled as he saw that man. Didn't you already lose? Just leave us be, you disgusting pirate! He roared as he jumped to destroy Don. However, he was smashed across the face by Don's armor-encased hand. Naruto's eyes turned cold. Captain? Temari whispered, wanting to know his orders. Naruto gave a dark smirk that Gaara recognized and returned. Temari, I wish to see your powers. I want you to crush those foolish henchmen of Don Krieg's. Temari nodded as she walked up to them. What do you want, wench? Sneered a pirate. Temari gave him a calm gaze. It's simple. My captain, he is quite made, and when he gets mad, he gets dark and evil, you know. So, to calm him, I am supposed to crush the men of Don Krieg, she said calmly. The man laughed along with his nakama. Very funny. Who defeat us? Don't joke around. Who is your captain anyway? Temari pointed to Naruto, who was leaning against the wall, a cool expression on his face. He kill us? He is nothing but a worthless piece of shit. Before they could react, Temari put her hand up and wind began to gather. Don't ever insult the man that saved me and my brother! Kazikin! Wind encased her fist, and she smashed one of their faces and then moved to the other until she knocked everyone out. Jin and Don Krieg watched with awe. A Logia type, Jin said in fear. Temari gave them a cheeky grin. That's right, I ate the Kaze no Mi. I am a wind woman, she told them. Don Krieg prepared to charge. Temari held up her finger. Now wait a minute, my captain wants to kill you, so sorry, we can't fight. Don Krieg turned to see Naruto got up and was walking towards him, a dark glare on his face. This child is your captain? Ha 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 ha. Don Krieg laughed. Naruto merely kept his calm expression and walked forward. He raised an eyebrow when Jin stepped in front of the man to protect his captain. Naruto smirked. You think you have the power to face me? Naruto asked with a menacing aura around him that almost made Jin shit his pants. However, he gathered his courage and pointed his pistol at Naruto's head. Naruto smirked. Shoot me. Are you prepared to risk your life over that bullet? If so, then shoot me, Naruto told him. Jin's hand shook as he put the pistol down. I can't do it. I'm not a cold-blooded killer like you, Don Krieg, Jin shouted as he fell to his knees. Naruto sneered when he saw Don Krieg smash Jin's face against the ground. Weakling! You are nothing but my tool! You will do as I tell you! He shivered when he felt a cold and demanding aura. Black flames lit Naruto's back as he glared at Krieg. His eyes filled by the flames, as were his arms and legs. Unknown to anyone, Shikamaru watched with awe. He watched as the girl defeated those men easily, and now Naruto's immense power was giving him shivers. You disgusting piece of shit! Naruto's voice turned demonic as his flames flickered dangerously. You would strike your own nakama! You don't deserve the title of captain! Those who break the rules are scum, that is true, but those who abandon their comrades, They are even lower than that. You are scum, Don Krieg! Naruto roared as he grabbed Don Krieg's throat, making the man pale in fear. Before I kill you, I will show you the pits of despair. Naruto punched Krieg in the stomach with his inflamed fist, making the man scream in agony as he tried to get the flame off of him. It stayed. Naruto then encased his legs with fire and kicked Don Krieg across the face and sent him colliding into a wall. Krieg held his burning face in pain. Naruto watched as the man screamed in absolute agony and as the fear of death filled his eyes. Zeph and Shikamaru watched with amazement. Zeph turned to Shikamaru. This is a man who will become great. A man who will accomplish all his dreams. That is the type of man he is, he said. Shikamaru clenched his fist. Why the hell can't I be like that? He whispered. Perish within the flames of despair, Naruto whispered as he placed his hands on the man's chest. Hell's punishment. Naruto made black flames explode from his palms and right into the chest of Don Krieg, instantly burning the man alive. Gwa! Was his last words as the life left the eyes of the tyrant. Jin looked on with fear as he tried to back away, however he could not when he went back into wall. Naruto stopped his flames and bent down and held out his hand. He smiled at the confused man. I can see it in your eyes. You wish for a happy and peaceful life, but circumstances made you who you are. You wish to be strong to protect what you deem precious. Isn't that right? Naruto said calmly. Jin could nothing but nod at this, still shocked. Hi, he whispered. Stay here, in this hotel. That old man there might help you, Naruto said as he pointed towards Zeph. He leaned in Jin's ears and whispered. He is strong. Turning towards Zeph, he asked. I hope it won't be problem, old man. Nope, after you lot taking my men, I need more men anyways, Zeph replied. Naruto turned around and blasted Don Krieg's body with black flames, and this made his body turn to ashes. Naruto turned to Shikamaru, who was looking down. What about you? Are you going to continue stopping yourself from achieving your dream, or will you join me and achieve your dream? Huh? Naruto demanded. Shikamaru looked up with a determined look on his face. Have you ever heard of All Blue? He asked. Naruto merely shook his head. It's a sea with every fish in the world. I want to see it. That is my dream. Naruto merely grinned. It might be stupid, but we all have our dreams. Is that offer still open? Will you allow me to be your cook, Captain? Naruto shook Shikamaru's hand. Let's wreak havoc on this sea. Hawk pirates! Naruto declared with a grin. Gaara smirked. This is why I follow this man. Temari smiled at her brother's words. Shikamaru turned to Zeph and bowed his head. Owner Zeph! I thank you for all you did for me these years. I know I was troublesome, but you put up with it. I thank you for saving me. But I need to follow my dream. To find All Blue. For myself. Shikamaru cried. Zeph looked at him with a proud smirk. Go and achieve your dreams, Shikamaru, Zeph declared. Shikamaru nodded as he sobbed into his hands. Let's go, crew, Naruto declared as he walked out. Gaara, Temari, Jin and Shikamaru followed. Zeph looked at the departing ship with a fond gaze. Achieve your dreams, Shikamaru. Sanji. Don't let me down. He thought aboard the Black Sun. Shikamaru, come here for a moment, I need to ask you a few things. Naruto called out. He nodded as he approached his new captain. Naruto had a serious expression on his face. On my ship, I have but one rule. You can do what you desire, but if you ever betray a comrade, you will never be forgiven, you will be hunted down. Both nodded seriously. Also, like I told Gaara and Temari when they joined, I will too tell you, my main goal is to become the Pirate King and to crush the corrupt world government. Naruto explained. Shikamaru's eyes were serious. You know this will take more than a normal pirate crew? He asked. Naruto shook his head. We will not. The people that I will recruit by the time we enter the Grand Line should be able to hold themselves against at least a marine captain. Naruto told them. Why but? Shikamaru asked. Were we to have a large crew, we would have too much weaklings aboard. However, if we were to have a small crew with just powerful people, it would be that much easier. Naruto explained. I see where you are coming from. From what I heard, most of Don Krieg's crew were at the level as a marine ensign. They were truly weak. Naruto nodded at his words. Glad you understand. Naruto grinned. That was all that needed to be said. He nodded as he went to cook. Captain? He had Temari call him. Naruto turned his head to see Temari, who was running towards him. What is it? He asked her. The next stop is a small island called Konomi Islands. Do you wish to stop there? She asked. Naruto smiled at this. Oh, we reached there already? Naruto said. Yes, of course. It's time for you guys to meet my first mate. Temari looked puzzled. Now that you mention it, we never noticed it. You never mentioned about needing a first mate. So who is it? She asked. You will meet him once we reach there. The only thing important is that he is strong and someone that I trust with my life. Naruto stated confidently. Temari nodded. Oi, and Temari, how are things with Shikamaru? Naruto teased. Temari blushed. Ever since he had joined, Shikamaru and Temari had realized they had a lot in common and often spent hours speaking. She ignored him and walked away blushing. Shishishishi. Naruto laughed. What is Captain laughing about? He heard Gaara ask. He's just being a baka. He heard Temari shout. This just made him laugh all the louder. Captain, you are enjoying yourself too much. He heard Gaara say from his side. He looked at a stoic Gaara, though you could see that he too was enjoying this. It's fun to mess with those two, he explained. Captain? We are approaching the island, he heard Temari shout. Naruto nodded as he looked ahead. Konomi Island / Kokoyashi Village. Monkey D. Luffy walked with a calm look on his face. He looks down at his crying navigator, a orange-haired woman with brown eyes and pale skin. Nami looked up at her captain. Please, help me, Luffy! She pleaded with tears streaming down her face. Luffy took his straw hat off his head and placed it onto hers. He walked ahead. Damn straight! Luffy roared as he looked at his other crewmates. First was his first mate and swordsman, Roronoa Zoro, next was his cook, Sanji, and lastly his sniper, Usopp. Zoro is a tall muscled man wearing a white shirt, green pants and boots. On his waist are 3 katanas, over his green hair is a black bandana. Sanji is a skinny and tall man with straight blonde hair. He wears a black suit with a blue tie and black shoes. Lastly, Usopp is a chubby tan-skinned man wearing brown overalls. He has curly black hair and a long nose. In his hand is a slingshot. See, man! Let's do this! Luffy declared with a serious expression on his face. Before he could leave, however, he heard a voice he recognized. So, this is your crew, Luffy? Luffy turned to see his twin, Hawk D, Naruto. Luffy would have grinned if it wasn't for the situation. Sorry, I don't have time to talk. I need to kick the guy's ass that made my navigator cry, Luffy said. Naruto turned to see a crying orange-haired girl. His face went cold. How about we team up like old times, brother? Naruto smirked. Luffy grinned as he put his thumb up. Very well. Luffy, he is your brother? Sanji asked. Luffy nodded. Luffy and his crew and Naruto and his crew walked towards Arlong Park. Nami had a blush on her face as she saw that handsome blonde. He was Luffy's brother? Oh my. Arlong Park. Hey, are you Arlong? Monkey D. Luffy asked the fish man that sat in a throne. A large, muscular, light blue saw-shark fishman whose most distinctive trait is his saw-shaped nose. He has long, black hair with a widow's peak reaching down to his shoulders, under a brown ashanka. He has a fin on his nape, surrounded by his hair, and the gills are located on both the sides of his neck. His Sun Pirate's tattoo is on the left side of his chest, while his own Jolly Roger is on his lower left arm. Other notable features include thin, fierce light blue eyes and a long, angular jaw. He is Arlong the Saw. What if I am? Arlong asked with a sadistic smirk. Luffy walked up to Arlong and smashed him across the face with his fist. Shishishishi. That's my brother! Naruto laughed. His crew's sweat dropped at the fact Luffy acted almost exactly like Naruto. "Oh, Luffy, what are you doing barging in?" Sanji asked. "They won't hurt me," Luffy said calmly. "It's not that, it's just you are hogging all the prey," Sanji said. Luffy nodded, understanding the situation. "Okay, I'm sorry," he said before he glared at Arlong. "Don't you dare make my navigator cry!" Luffy roared. Arlong chuckled as he stood back up, however before he could speak he was grabbed from the back of the head by Naruto, who slammed his head into the ground. Naruto glared coldly at him. "Scum like you deserves nothing but death and pain," Naruto hissed. The Straw Hat crew looked at him in surprise. "Why did you do that, Naruto? It's not fair. I wanted to fight him alone," Luffy whined. Naruto gave him a glare that scared the shit out of him even as kids. "This isn't just a battle anymore, this scum made people suffer, I can't accept that. I will be the one who crushes this scum, got it, Luffy?" Naruto demanded. "He made my navigator cry. I need to avenge her," Luffy insisted. Naruto smirked at his brother's change. "I see, you've finally become a man. Very well, it seems I will not fight, they are all weaklings," Naruto commented. "Is that so?" He heard a deep voice ask. He saw another shark man with white skin and hair the same size as Arlong. This one wore a purple shirt and black pants with black sandals, and on his back is a wrapped zanbatu. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am Mangetsu the Devil. My bounty is B55,000,000. I shall be your opponent. I can sense you are the most powerful," Mangetsu declared. Naruto smirked. "Make sure he dies, Mangetsu," Arlong ordered. Mangetsu glared at Arlong. "Quiet little shark. I am your big brother, you have no right to order me around," Arlong scoffed as he looked towards Luffy. "How about we fight elsewhere, Mangetsu?" Naruto wondered. "Very well." Mangetsu looked at him, not knowing his name. "Hawk D, Naruto." Mangetsu nodded as he jumped away. Naruto turned to his crew before jumping away. "I want you to defeat all of Arlong's weaker soldiers. I don't want to have to clean up later." His crew nodded as he jumped away. Mangetsu versus Naruto. Naruto and Mangetsu both smirked at the other. "I guess it's time to release some of my power, eh?" Naruto muttered. His eyes showed interest when water began to surround the fish man. "Oh? A devil fruit?" Naruto wondered. "The Mizu no Mi. I am a waterman." Mangetsu grabbed his sword and water began to gather around it. Naruto grinned as black flames exploded from his hand. "I too ate a fruit. The Haru no Mi. I am a hell man," Naruto explained as he opened his right palm and flames began to gather. "Mizu," Mangetsu muttered as the water began to get sharper and more dense. Hano no, Naruto's flame became more dense, much like Mangetsu's water, and took on the form of a perfect blade. "Surashu/ya," both shouted in unison. When the attacks collided, it created such a shockwave that both were sent back a few steps from it. They both smirked when they saw smoke cover the area from the collision of water and fire. "You're good, brat," Mangetsu told him. Naruto merely encased his fist with flames and charged. Mangetsu brought his zanbatu down and tried to crush Naruto. However, Naruto added more flames to his fist and punched sword away before he encased his left foot with flames. "Hano no Tsum!" Naruto roared, and he smashed his black flamed foot against the neck of the shark man and sent him flying into a nearby wall. He grinned when he heard the wall crack. Before Naruto could react, Mangetsu had already emerged from the wall and appeared before him. Naruto, not knowing he was there, got smashed across the stomach with the wrapped zanbatu, and then his head was grabbed by Mangetsu, who slammed it into the ground. Mangetsu jumped atop a nearby building and began to gather water in his palms. "Same no Kogiki!" Mangetsu roared, and a group of sharks made out of water collided into Naruto's downed body. Smoke filled the area. Mangetsu gave a smug yet bloodthirsty grin. "You were good but not good enough." Mangetsu laughed. Mangetsu's eyes widened when he heard a groan. When the smoke cleared, Naruto was standing there with a few bruises on his body, but otherwise he was fine. Mangetsu laughed. "Jahahaha! You are still alive! That's good!" Now I can kill you! Mangetsu roared as he unsheathed his swords. That was strange. It looked like it was alive, what with its purring and its mouth. This is Samahata. He is a different type of sword. Unlike normal swords, he doesn't slice, he shaves. He takes the energy of devil fruits and uses it to get stronger. Mangetsu roared as he swung his sword and was about to collide with Naruto. However, he saw it coming. Hano no Ken. A sword made from black flames was made in his hand, blocking the sword and making Mangetsu grin. Interesting. This battle is amazing, Mangetsu declared, his eyes showing bloodthirst. Both the fighters fought expertly using their swords, but on a closer look you could see that Mangetsu had the upper hand. After a few minutes, Naruto, finally seeing an opening, swung his sword with precision so as to behead Mangetsu, but he saw through it and jumped back. However, his eyes widened when he saw the flame blade increase in length. Thinking quickly, he made a water barrier around him. As a result of the collision, steam rolled off the area. When his vision returned, his eyes widened when Naruto's whole body covered in black flames, and he was rushing towards him. Time to end this. Hell's impact! Naruto roared as he collided with Mangetsu, who was thrown away and was screaming in agony as the black flame took hold of his body and began burning him. Naruto, returning to normal, grabbed Mangetsu's throat using a chain he made from his flame and pulled towards himself. Mangetsu looked at his eyes and, for once in his life, fear. I will give you a choice, Naruto hissed. Mangetsu noticed the flames began to dissipate. He listened because he was smart. Unlike his brother, he knew if he said one wrong thing, he would die. It would be a shame to see you die here, Mangetsu. If you wish to roam the seas wild and free, serve under my banner, become a hawk pirate. Naruto grinned. Mangetsu merely laughed as Naruto let go of his throat. You are a crazy motherfucker. You know me and that shitty fucker Arlong made these humans' lives miserable, but you still want me on your crew? He asked. Naruto grinned. We are pirates. It's common for things like this to happen, Naruto said calmly. Mangetsu merely laughed. I see very well, I will join you, Captain, Mangetsu uttered. Naruto let him go. He looked at Mangetsu and grinned. Do you have a dream, Mangetsu? Naruto asked. Mangetsu nodded. To become the world's strongest swordsman, he declared. Good, it's only fitting the world's strongest swordsman would be on the crew of the Pirate King. Mangetsu laughed. You truly are crazy. Jahahaha. Mangetsu laughed. Shishishishi. Naruto laughed. Are you kidding me? Luffy glared at his brother. Naruto gave him a bored look. It was night time and everyone on the island was partying, happy to be finally free of Arlong's rule. Some of the hawk pirates were also interacting with their first mate. It turned out that Itachi reached the island during Naruto's battle and helped the others taking out the fishmen, not that they needed it. You are letting someone who made all these people suffer your nakama, Luffy yelled. Naruto glared at the boy. Stop being so naive. We are pirates, this is what happens sometimes, Naruto said calmly as he watched everyone celebrate the defeat of Arlong. Calm down, Luffy. Even though that man gets a fellow as part of Arlong's crew, he never harmed anyone in the village, he just didn't care, he wouldn't even speak to us, Nami told her new captain. TCH, whatever. Luffy scoffed as he ate meat. Must be annoying having a brother like him, Captain. Mangetsu grinned. Naruto smirked at his new nakama. Before he could answer, he was dragged into the alleyway by a blue-haired woman. He realized it was that Nami chick's sister, Nojiko. Yo! Naruto raised an eyebrow. He smirked when he noticed she was breathing heavily into the crook of his neck. I know you didn't save us from Arlong, but if you weren't here, that Mangetsu fellow would have defeated Luffy straight away. I just want to thank you, she whispered. Naruto smirked as he kissed her neck lightly, getting a small moan. How will you do that? Naruto whispered hotly. I want to. She began to whisper the naughty things she would do for him. Naruto grinned happily. He was not stupid enough to deny her. Well, welcome to the party, he whispered. He grinned when she began to lead him towards her home. Jackpot, he thought. Mangetsu chuckled as he saw his new boss leave. And Mangetsu, where is the captain? Shikamaru asked their new crew member. Mangetsu smirked. Entertaining company, was all he said. Shikamaru understood what was going on. Troublesome captain, Shikamaru muttered. What did he do now? Temari asked. According to the conversation, it seems our captain has chose a female to have intercourse with, Gaara said with no emotion. Ha 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 ha, Mangetsu laughed. Itachi and Shikamaru chuckled and Temari looked disgusted. Dirty captain, she grumbled. Zoro smirked as he looked at Mangetsu. Heard you wish to be the world's strongest swordsman? Zoro asked. Yeah, I'll crush anyone in my way. Mangetsu grinned. Zoro also grinned. Good. The day will come when I fight you, because it will be I who becomes the greatest swordsman, Zoro declared. Mangetsu chuckled. So, how the hell did you get roped into joining a pirate crew? Sanji asked. Same reason as you, all blue, Shikamaru stated. Sanji smirked. I see. Hey, anyone know where Nojiko is? Nami asked. She is screwing my captain, Mangetsu said bluntly. Everyone looked at him with wide eyes. Nami growled. Those idiots! I wanted to join. Humph! Nami scoffed as she stomped towards her home to join in on the fun. Sanji's eyes were wide. Fucking lucky bastard! He roared. Everyone but Temari and Gaara chuckled. Gaara was well Gaara. That's disgusting. Why do we have a player for a captain? She asked. No one answered. So, you really are coming with us, huh? Nami asked her elder sister as they stood on the docks. Nojiko nodded with a sly smile. Yeah. I want more nights like last night is all. But Naruto-kun said I can't take me yet, so I asked Luffy and he agreed, Nojiko declared. Nami pouted. I wish I could be on his crew, last night was amazing. Remember that thing he did with his? Temari growled. Enough! No more information! She yelled. Sorry, muttered Nami and Nojiko with blushes. Jahahaha! I've chose to follow an interesting man. Mangetsu laughed. Oi Hawk Pirates! Get ready! We're going! Naruto called out. Itachi, Mangetsu, Gaara, Temari and Shikamaru went aboard. Pull the anchor! Set sail! Naruto turned to Luffy who was waving. I will see you at the Grand Line, Luffy! Remember! It will be I who is the Pirate King! Naruto declared. Luffy glared. Nah! It will be me, Baka! Naruto merely laughed as he saw the island disappear in the distance. These two are two up and coming powerful rookies in East Blue. One has defeated Buggy the Clown worth B5 million. Don Krieg worth B18 million and Arlong the Saw worth 20 million. His name is Monkey D. Luffy. I recommend setting B30,000,000 as an initial price, the Marine declared. No one rejected the idea of that price. Next is even more powerful man. He also defeated Don Krieg who is worth B18,000,000 and recruited the second of Don Krieg, and he also defeated brother of Arlong, Mangetsu the Devil, with a bounty of B55 million. Not only that, he convinced him to join his crew, making him ever more dangerous. Though what he did before that is what him even more dangerous. Reports say that he was the one that slaughtered the whole Uchiha clan, who were strong in their own rights and were also a prime supporters of the world government, all by himself. Then he also killed the leader of the Suna Island and destroyed a large part of island during his fight with the leader's son, who he defeated. The Marine explained. Everyone listened closely. I have a feeling he is hiding much more of his power and is going to be a major player soon. I say we give him an initial bounty of B120 million. I know it's too high for an initial bounty, but he also is a devil fruit user. Of what kind I don't know, but being able to use the flames of hell is dangerous. For this reason I suggested such a high amount. This is my decision for Hawk D, Naruto, he declared. There were some murmurs and some were shocked, but no one disagreed. A tall and lean man with a short beard, mustache and sideburns that point upwards. His nickname comes from his strangely colored yellow eyes, which resemble a hawk's eyes. He wears black and red ornate clothing with a crucifix pendant that hides a little dagger, which gives him the appearance of a Spanish swordsman. His attire consists of a wide-brimmed black hat decorated with a large plume, and a long, open black coat with no shirt underneath, with red, flower-patterned sleeves and collar. He wears white pants held up by a decorated belt and tucked inside overly large boots in comparison to his leg size. He wears a kagatana around his neck, appearing as a golden cross-shaped necklace, and carries Yoro on his back. His large sword, which he keeps on his back at times when not in use, has a curved black blade, and is also in the shape of a crucifix, with a golden handguard decorated by red beads and an hilt wrapped in bandages, with a particularly big bead at his extremity. He is Dracula Mihawk, aka Taka no Mi no Mihawk. He walked through a small island. Camping on such a casual island, how like him. Mihawk muttered. He stared down coldly at some no-name pirates. Take me to your leader. The man ran in fear when he was ordered. Mihawk followed. Boss. Boss. Taka no M-. He was cut off by Mihawk, who stood behind him. Red-haired Shanks narrowed his eyes and grinned at his rival. Taka no Mi, long time no see. Shanks commented. I'm not feeling too good right now. You come for a match? Shanks asked. I have no interest in challenging a one-armed man such as yourself, however I came across some interesting pirates. It reminded me of something you told me long ago. A story about a small village and two annoying little brats. Mihawk stated as he picked up rolled-up paper. He rolled down the posters to see the image of Naruto and Luffy. The first ones was Luffy's. Wanted dead or alive Monkey D. Luffy aka Mujiwara no Luffy be 30 million, and the second one is Naruto's. Wanted dead or alive. Hawk D. Naruto aka Kagutsuchi no Naruto be 120 million. The red-haired pirate's eyes widened at the posters, though they more shocked due to Naruto's bounty, which was very big for the first time, and Shanks grinned. So you have come, Luffy, Naruto, he thought. Fusha Village, Makino's bar. Bahahaha. Look at this. Luffy and Naruto got a bounty. Laughed a man in the bar. Yeah, and look, Naruto's got such an awesome bounty too. Laughed another. Stop celebrating, you idiots. The mayor yelled. It isn't good to be proud that we birthed two criminals. He shouted. He scoffed. Makino smiled. They seemed to be happy. She said as she looked at the grinning photos of the two. The mayor grunted. Are you upset? She asked. No. They are just making the town look bad. Makino smiled at his attempt at hiding his care for them. It is their dream, though. She commented. The mayor leaned back as he closed his eyes. A dream. Or fate. He muttered aboard the Moby Dick in the New World. Look, Oyaji. This is my little brother, said a man wearing an orange color hat showing a bounty poster. Port Gasti. Ace was quite happy to show his brother's bounty poster to his captain being the world's strongest man, Whitebeard aka Edward Newgate. Whitebeard was a huge man with a long white mustache that looks like a crescent moon. He was seated on the deck of the ship with medical protrusions all over his body and surrounded by nurses that monitored his health. It seemed that old age had an effect on him. He was holding a huge pot filled with sake. Whitebeard looked at him and laughed. Gururara, how young are these younglings? Why are they quite in a hurry? The 1st Division Commander Marco said. You said the same thing about Asuwa. Oyaji. Did I now? Gururara. Whitebeard laughed and gulped down sake. Ace smiled and said, This brings back memories. I left 3 years earlier before him after all. I can't wait to meet him. The 4th Division Commander Thatch asked Ace. So, what is he like, your brother? Ace said. He is a troublemaker and an idiot. He has been spouting about becoming the Pirate King ever since he was a kid. I worry about him all the time. Marco said, looking at Thatch. Sounds like quite the person we all know you are. The 4th Division Commander laughed knowingly. Ace snorted, understanding the meaning behind their smirks. Shuffling through the posters, he came upon one that made his blood freeze. It was Naruto's bounty poster. The picture was of Naruto with black wings on his back and a sword in his hands. He was surrounded by an endless sea of black flames. Naruto! Ace breathed out, his eyes still wide. Ace, is something the matter? Iwa. Marco asked, noticing Ace's discomfort. Ace said nothing but just handed him the poster. Who's he? Thatch asked, also looking at the poster. Naruto, Hawk D, Naruto. Another of my brother, or more exactly Luffy's real brother. I am their sworn brother, and while all three of us are brothers, with me being the oldest, for Naruto Luffy always comes first. Seeing he even took part in the ceremony was because Luffy asked him to. He just can't seem to refuse Luffy. Ace said. Ace was about to continue but was interrupted by his captain. He looked in his direction. Whitebeard, seeing that he now has his attention, continued. Your voice, you are terrified, what's the matter? Whitebeard asked. Those who couldn't understand what was going on looked shocked, thinking that someone like Ace was scared. Yeah, Ace, tell us, Iwa. Marco added. Ace looked unsure and kept silent though, but after some time continued. Well, if there's one thing that couldn't be used to describe him, it would be human. Ace said, still looking at the poster. Really, and why would that be? Marco asked. Whitebeard, listening intently. He's a monster, eh? A demon, no, a devil, yeah, a devil. He's a devil incarnate. Smart, confident, ruthless, and above all fearless. Even all of this can't be used to describe him. He's a monster as he is, but with his devil fruit, I don't know even what to say. Ace told them, fear evident in his voice. A devil fruit? What type of devil fruit? It was Thatch who asked this. A paramecia, though I am not sure myself. I am saying it because I have him getting hurt and bleeding too. And I have only seen him using his powers 2 times, and both of those times are those that would have still haunt me if not for the fact that I now have taken a fair share of life myself. Maybe that's the reason that he never lets Luffy see that side of him. He didn't want to destroy his innocence, it seems to me. He even threatened my life to never tell Luffy about what happened back then. He truly loves Luffy on a whole other level. Ace told them. A true brother, huh? Now that's good to hear. Now Ace, tell us what's his devil fruit, you seem terrified of it. Whitebeard asked in curious tone. I don't know the name, but he seemed to have a power to control the black flames. Using the flames in such manner I could only imagine even now. That's even the reason I wanted the Mera no Mi, thinking aside from evening the flames I could have advantage of Logia over Paramecia. Though I don't think I could defeat him even now. It's like he is the only one who could understand the true potential of the fire element. All those who were listening this were shocked that some rookie was stronger, the 2nd Division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates. Though none of them was more shocked than Whitebeard after hearing the fruit, and even more after hearing that some understands the potential of those flames. Even he couldn't fathom the true powers of those flames. Ace, tell me, what did you him do? Whitebeard roared. I didn't see him do much. It's obvious he held back during those times. But what common happened during both of those times was some pirates dared harm Luffy. I was the one responsible for the first time. Luffy got caught by some pirates who them tortured him. We could only watch and do nothing. Then he arrived. After sending Luffy and seeing the condition he was in, he found the one responsible. Such fury, I have never seen him so angry before that. He covered himself in those flames, and just one touch was all it took to reduce someone to dust. It was a massacre. Hundreds of pirates all reduced to nothing in mere minutes by a 10-year-old. The other time was similar, though what was new was what he did. He solidified the flames, making different things. Swords, scythes, and what not. Then he did something incredible, or it looked incredible at the time. A sea of those black flames rained from the sky in the form of arrows, and above them was him flying with black wings coming out of back. Once again hundreds of pirates all reduced to nothing. And that was when we were kids. I know without a doubt that he has gotten even more stronger now. Ace told them. Everyone present was stunned, shocked after hearing all this. Say, Ace, you said he made wings out of his flames. Could it be he's a Zoan or mythical Zoan just like me? Marco asked. I don't know, Marco, but what I do know is that if this bounty is anything to go by, then the Marines are seriously underestimating him. Ace said. Whitebeard was still silent, listening to all said. Then suddenly, Gururara, looks like a strong rookie has come to the sea. These youngsters are quite something else. He might be coming for my head pretty soon. Marco leaned back and said, Oyaji, what should we do? Should we try to eliminate him before he becomes a threat? Whitebeard took a gulp of sake and said, No, Marco. I want to see this brat's potential and his power. Let's see how far he can come. With the Straw Hats. They raised the price again. Nami's voice could be heard. She was agitated, it seemed. The bird that was delivering daily newspaper moaned pitifully. Nami again said, Don't you think that's a little too high? Why you? She pushed a coin in the pouch strapped on the delivery bird and said, Next time the price is raised, I won't buy it here. The bird made a sound and flew away. Geez, it's just a newspaper. Usopp deadpanned behind her. Nami waved her hands and complained. But if you get it all the time, it adds up. Usopp was trying to add some kind of red syrup on a red ball and said, Well, you don't have to save to buy your village from Arlong anymore, so why keep worrying about money? He looked back at her. Nami barked at Usopp. Dummy! That's exactly why. I don't have that obligation anymore, so from now on, it's all for myself. She then placed her hands on her hips and said, I can't go around being some kind of cheapskate pirate, can I? Her mood changed from pouty to cheerful thinking about money. Hey, keep it down! Usopp raised his arm to stop her shouting as he was busy preparing his next projectile. I'm in the middle of formulating my Hizatsu Tabasco Bushi here. He then tried to add another drop of strange syrup on the red ball. Concentrating hard, he muttered, With this, if I shot it into the enemy's eyes. Suddenly something collided with him, spreading the red syrup onto his eyes. He shouted as a huge amount of fire comically shot out from his eyes. What? Come on, just one? Luffy shouted, pouting. Turns out, their Captain Luffy was trying to steal a tangerine from the grove, and Sanji, as an obedient lover and bodyguard, kicked him from taking it, thus had a collision of Luffy and Usopp. Never, Sanji shouted. This is Nami-san's Tangerine Grove. He stood protectively in front of Grove and said, I won't allow you to lay a finger on it. He then shouted to Nami with hearts in his eyes. Nami-san! The security guard of love is on duty. Nami just enjoyed toying with the idiot lover and said, Thank you, Sanji-kun. Zoro scoffed from his place. She uses him like a tool, that dork Sanji. Nami then opened the newspaper to read. Just as she was turned, the pages slid out of the newspaper. Looking over them, her eyes widened and shouted, Wait! Everybody jumped from their place. Luffy shouted, What? Nami, does your stomach hurt? Nami stood up and shouted, Everyone gather around, I think you should all see this. Everybody gathered around her. Nami then placed the two posters on the wooden floor of Going Merry. Everyone was looked at the poster, and suddenly Luffy started laughing, pointing at his poster. Look everyone, I am got a bounty, it's higher than everyone. I am getting famous. Now I am one step closer to becoming the Pirate King. Ha ha. Maybe not the highest, Luffy. Look there. Zoro interrupted and then pointed to Naruto's poster. Luffy looked at it, eyes wide. Nani? Naruto got such a high bounty. Look, it's so much higher than mine. It will be I who will become the Pirate King, Naruto, remember that. Luffy shouted. But then suddenly started laughing once again. Though why am I surprised, this was bound to happen, Naruto. After all, you are strong. Luffy said. Luffy, what do you mean? Sure, what do you mean this was bound to happen? Sure, he defeated Mangetsu, but still isn't this too high for that? Nami asked. No, this isn't high. In fact, I don't think he even got this for that. Even then, this is too low with how strong Naruto is. The thing is that I just haven't defeated him ever, and he never even used his devil fruit. Luffy said, smiling. Wait, you never defeated him? And devil fruit? Naruto has a devil fruit? Usopp said, his skin pale. Yeah, we both ate one at the same time. With his devil fruit he can control some black flames. He calls them the flames of hell. Unlike me, who was having trouble having to control his powers and took much training, his felt natural, like he has been doing this his whole life. Luffy said calmly. Everyone was speechless at this. Though he always helped me whenever I asked for his help, doesn't matter what he was doing. Luffy continued. Luffy suddenly started laughing once again. Enough of this, One day I will become the Pirate King and surpass him. You hear me, Naruto? I will surpass you. Shishishishi, he said. Everyone on the ship was smiling at their captain's attitude. XXXX on Black Sun, Naruto's ship, XXXX. Shishishishi. Would you look at that? My bounty is so high for the first time. Naruto laughed as he looked at it. Impressive, Captain? Mangetsu grinned. This will also mean the enemies will be getting tougher. Temari shouted. Ma, we are heading to the Grand Line. It was bound to happen. Naruto told them calmly. Captain is right, Itachi stated. Now we need a shipwright and we should be set for a crew, although it wouldn't be bothersome to get a few more cooks and navigators in case one of you gets sick. Naruto said calmly. That's true, Temari and Shikamaru stated. Naruto grunted as he pulled out a strange purple fruit, a devil fruit. Shikamaru raised an eyebrow. A devil fruit? What is it for? He wondered. I found it when I was younger. I wanted to give it to someone, he explained. What fruit is it? Shikamaru wondered. Naruto quickly brought out a book. His eyes widened when he saw what it was. He laughed. It's more like Luffy's fruit. It's the Titan no Mi. With this one could become a giant with super tough skin and all. A very powerful fruit indeed. So do you want it? Naruto asked Shikamaru. Nah, I am okay. Zeph taught me in Sanji the red leg style, so I would rather depend on my own power. Naruto shrugged. Your loss. Though, I want you to train harder with your fighting style. Sorry to say, but you need to some more stronger if you want to have to fight someone in the Grand Line. Shikamaru nodded. No worries, Captain, Shikamaru said as he went to another part of the ship to start training. Itachi, Temari, Gaara and Mangetsu, you guys are okay. If you want more power you can train on your own, so that's about it, right? His crew nodded. But Temari! I forgot to say, we are stopping at Logue Town. I want to see the place Gold. Roger was executed, Naruto ordered. Temari nodded. No worries, Captain. We might even find another crew member at Logue Town. Naruto nodded with a small smirk. Hey Captain, I was wondering, how much people are you thinking of getting into this crew? Mangetsu asked. Naruto closed his eyes. About 10, 12 or 13 max, Naruto explained. Mangetsu nodded as he leaned against the side and looked out to sea. Hey Captain, I've realized your brother is nothing like you. Kid is naive, Mangetsu told him calmly. Luffy has always been like that. Me and my older brother always took care of him. He is basically like my little brother. He cares me half to death all the time. He is so reckless. He pisses me off so much. Naruto grunted. Mangetsu smirked. Brother complex? He teased his captain. Probably, Naruto admitted. Mangetsu laughed. Itachi, Gaara, I want you to stay with me when we split up at Logue Town. There's a few things we need to discuss. It is your duty as my first mate and archaeologist, Naruto told him. Gaara nodded. Hi, Captain, Itachi answered. Naruto closed his eyes as the ship moved. Logue Town. Okay. Me, Itachi and Gaara will go towards the execution ground. You can do whatever you need while we go see it, Naruto ordered as he and Gaara jumped off the ship. Saw his crew nod, so he and Gaara left. I will be going to the local sword store. Mangetsu grinned as he too jumped off. I want to go clothes shopping while I can, Temari said. Shikamaru sighed as he just laid in the ship and closed his eyes. I'll just stay here and sleep, he said calmly. What is it you needed to speak to us about, Captain? Itachi asked. Naruto leaned on the wall of the alley. As you know, soon we will be approaching the Grand Line. Once we arrive there, the opponents and the sea will get tougher. I want to make sure that you understand how serious it will get. You need to be prepared to take lives in an instant. I know you don't have a problem with this, but the others will. I need to ensure that you will prepare them. I am sure you will find a way, Naruto explained. Train them on the art of killing as much as you can, no matter what it takes. The person you will need to focus on is Temari and anyone who joins our crew. If they are naturally very soft-hearted, we need not break them of this but to make their hearts harden slightly, Naruto explained. Also Gaara, As my archaeologist, I want you to search for as much information as you can regarding the places we are going. We can't just go there unprepared. Take Tamari's help on this. Naruto continued. Itachi nodded slightly and Gaara nodded with their usual serious expression ever more grave. I understand. Captain, I do wonder why do you act so naive and happy when with the others but when we speak you are serious and deadly? He asked. Naruto grinned. Gaara. I am a killer. Most people on our crew are not used to this. I do this to keep them sane, plus it's more fun. He told him. Gaara nodded. I understand, Captain. Now you can do as you wish, I have business to attend to. Gaara and Itachi nodded as they walked away. Naruto turned his serious gaze to the shadow across him. Why don't you come out? Naruto more demanded than asked. He heard deep amused laughter. He saw a man in a green cloak, the man's fierce black eyes staring into his own blue ones. You look just like your mother, the man stated. I know you wouldn't show up here to visit family and reminisce. What are you doing here? Father. Monkey D. Dragon grinned at his eldest son by a few minutes. You really did take after me, Dragon declared. Naruto merely gazed at him with those same cold eyes. Dragon became serious. You know as well as I do, Luffy will end up coming here. On the off chance that you didn't come, I was going to protect Luffy if he got in trouble, he explained. You care about Luffy now, Naruto snapped. Look kid, I know you may despise me, hell I wouldn't blame you but this is for peace, I need to stop these government dogs. Dragon sneered. Naruto nodded gravely. I understand. It's just frustrating. I don't really blame you, it's just how things had to be, right? Naruto smirked. Exactly, Dragon stated. Naruto turned around. Father, I will say this once. If any, and I mean any of your schemes harm Luffy, I will show you true despair. Do you understand, Monkey D, Dragon? Naruto glared at him coldly. Dragon merely grinned. I wouldn't dare endanger him. Naruto smirked. We are on the same page then. And with that Naruto disappeared. TCH, little brat has grown up. Dragon smiled fondly as he too disappeared. Monkey D. Luffy ran from the marine that chased him. A muscular white-haired man, who carries the very distinct trait of always being seen smoking 2 cigars at once. He wears a large thick white and blue specialist marine jacket which he keeps open with greenish fur lining the neck, wrists and hem. Many cigars are strapped to the jacket which has the kanji for justice written on the back of it. He is Smoker of the Marines. A Marine captain. Smoker the White Hunter. Before he could catch Luffy, he was stopped by an arrow of black flames that was aimed for him. He turned to see Hawk D, Naruto grinning at him. Kagetsuchi no Naruto with the bounty of B120,000,000. Why are you helping Mugiwara no Luffy? Smoker growled. Luffy looked at Naruto with a grin. Ah Naruto! What are you doing here? He shouted. Don't worry. For now go to your crew. Escape from here and hope that I will meet you somewhere in the Grand Line later. Luffy nodded as he continued to run. I said why are you helping him? Smoker roared with a snarl on his face. Naruto smirked. You know, it's only right that an older brother cares for his younger brother's well-being, Naruto said calmly. Younger brother. I see. Smoker muttered. Smoker growled as he brought his hand out. Hawaito Auto, white out! Smoker shouted and smoke charged towards Naruto. Naruto, however, merely held his hand out. Jigaku no Tate, Hell's Shield! Naruto said calmly, and a shield of black flames was in front of him and smashed into Smoker's smoke, making it completely disappear. See, I control the black flames of hell and you control smoke, this battle will never end, so why don't you just let me go? Naruto smirked mockingly. Smoker growled. You almost got caught and almost died! Nami screamed at her captain. Yeah, but my big brother saved me! Luffy grinned. Naruto-san? Nami asked. Yeah. Aren't you twins? Sanji asked. Yeah, but he is a few minutes older, and he has always been the strongest of us, so he is my big brother, although I reckon I could beat him now. That's an empty statement. Zoro chuckled. Yeah, Sanji said. On Black Sun, Naruto's ship, after escaping or more like defeating Smoker, Naruto returned to his ship having flown there, as he already gave them command to set sail saying he catch up. So what happened, Captain? Some trouble you got there? Temari asked. Naya, just had to make sure Luffy stayed out of trouble. The Marine captain stationed here is reputed to stop every pirate coming here. He's a Logia and out of Luffy's league, Naruto explained. Everyone chuckled and laughed at their captain's protectiveness over his brother. It's so cute that even now you are so protective over him, Temari squealed. Naruto blushed at this, and everyone laughed. Yeah, you may be right, but one day time will come when Luffy finally would have to fight his own battles, where I could do nothing to help him. It's for his own good. If you understand, Naruto told them. Now pull the anchor. Set sail. It's time to head to the Grand Line, Naruto shouted. Everyone went to their work, smiling proudly. Oh, and Mangetsu, get ready to cut a mountain, Naruto said suddenly, laughing. Everyone looked confused, but just then a huge red mountain came in their view. Nanny! Mangetsu could only utter this, his face blank at the mountain and his captain's order. This time everyone started laughing.